Welcome forward into today's 820 episode. We will continue today with part 2 of the dissertation from me on Memento Mori, but also better explained by a very salient and humble man, Mr. Alan Watts. We're going to continue today with part 2 of his "You Are Already Dead" proclamation, and hopefully to emphasize and support my theory with you that remembering you must die, but in each day you commit your being, your purpose, and your message to your own resilience. I say not your own, but the resilience you have inside of you to share with those that you encounter and you must share with. So again, let's go into part 2 with Mr. Alan Watts.
Trying desperately to postpone. We see it as an unfortunate error in the system, something that if we could only be clever enough we might avoid altogether. But I want to suggest something rather revolutionary. Death is no more an accident than birth is. Just as a wave cannot exist without a trough, life cannot exist without death. They are two sides of the same coin, two aspects of the same process. You see, when you were born, you didn't suddenly appear out of nowhere. You grew out of this world like an apple grows from an apple tree. You weren't put here, you came out of here. And when you die, you won't go away into nothing. You'll go back into everything. The grand illusion is that we think of ourselves as separate entities, as little billiard balls knocking about in empty space. But we're more like whirlpools in a flowing river. The river flows, the whirlpool maintains its shape for a while, and then dissolves back into the flowing water. Did the whirlpool die, or did it simply transform? This is what the Upanishads mean when they say, Tat Tvam Asi, thou art that. You are not a stranger in this universe. You are not some accidental tourist who happened to wash up on the shores of existence. You are an expression of the universe itself. And here's the most fascinating part. If you are an expression of the universe, then the universe is expressing itself as you. And it's not just expressing itself as your life, it's expressing itself as your death too. Both are equally essential, equally sacred patterns in the fabric of existence. So the grand illusion isn't just that we fear death, it's that we've somehow convinced ourselves that life and death are opponents rather than partners in an eternal dance. Now, let's consider time for a moment. Isn't it curious how we've carved up this seamless flow of experience into neat little segments? Past, present, future, as if they were distinct territories on a map. But I want to suggest that this map doesn't quite match the territory of reality. You see, we think of death as something waiting for us in the future. But the future doesn't actually exist except as a concept in our minds right now. It's a projection, a fantasy, a kind of imaginative thinking. The only thing that ever exists is this present moment. And in this present moment, death is already happening. Every breath you exhale is a little death. Every thought that passes away, every cell that completes its cycle, every moment that transforms into the next, these are all deaths. You are dying and being reborn with every passing instant. Time's great deception is to make us believe that life is now and death is later. But that's rather like saying that the top of a mountain is real while the bottom isn't. Or that the left side of a coin exists but the right side is merely theoretical. The Buddha understood this when he spoke of anicca, impermanence, not as some philosophical abstraction, but as the very texture of reality. This moment is dying as it's being born. And you, my dear friend, are not moving through time. Time is moving through you. So when I say that death has already happened to you, I'm pointing to this perpetual process of transformation that we're all engaged in. The you of 5 years ago has completely died. Not a single cell in your body remains from that time. The thoughts you had yesterday have died. The emotions you felt this morning have died. And yet, here you are. Not despite these little deaths, but because of them. Life and death are not sequential events, they're simultaneous processes. And the sooner we recognize this, the sooner we can be liberated from time's grand deception. Let's examine this peculiar idea we have, that we're somehow separate from everything else. It's a rather extraordinary claim when you think about it. That somehow the universe has managed to divide itself into two fundamentally different things, you and everything that isn't you. But where exactly is this dividing line? Is it your skin? But your skin is constantly exchanging molecules with the air around it. Is it your breath? But with every inhalation you draw the outside world into your most intimate interior. Is it your thoughts? But those are shaped by language, culture, and experience, all things that existed before you and outside you. You see, this idea of separation is what the Hindus call Maya, not exactly an illusion, but a kind of measurement, a way of slicing up reality that isn't quite accurate. It's useful for certain purposes, just as a map is useful for finding your way around London. But you wouldn't mistake the map for London itself, would you? In the same way, this sense of being a separate self is a kind of convenient fiction. It's a social convention, a way of organizing experience. But at a fundamental level, it doesn't hold up to scrutiny. If you were truly separate from the universe, where would you have come from? You couldn't have come from outside it, because there is no outside. The universe, by definition, includes everything. So you must have come from within it. You must be an expression of it, a manifestation of it, a way that the universe has of experiencing itself. And if that's true, then what we call death is not an annihilation but a transformation. It's not an exit from existence, but a change in how existence expresses itself. The wave returns to the ocean, the leaf returns to the soil, and you return to the universe that you never actually left. So this myth of separation isn't just a philosophical error, it's the root of our existential anxiety. Because if you believe you're separate from the universe, then of course you'll fear being ejected from it. But if you recognize that you are the universe, then where is there to go? What is there to fear? In the West, we've developed a rather peculiar attitude toward death. We see it as a kind of ultimate failure, a cosmic insult to our ambitions. We dress it up, sanitize it, hide it away in hospitals and funeral homes. We've made it a stranger, an enemy, something to be battled against with every resource at our
We'll continue this going forward, but I want to make sure I mention this to you in this discussion about Memento Mori and how Mr. Watts has coined this better than I could possibly have. It's that those words like transformation, return, resurrection, death, life, love, they're not separate entities. It's all part of this flow. All part of this flow I want you to consider in your daily journey. The thing I call resilience, but also it's about committing all of you, all of your awareness, all of your attention to this moment, to this day, one at a time. Until we meet again, this is 820. I am 820. And yes, you are 820.